Well, today we're going to do a little bit of maintenance in our propane tank storage. One of the issues that we've had ever since new is this bottom clip is almost too hard to do and undo. I usually have to take a screwdriver behind there to open it up, and then to close it I dang near have to hit it with a hammer, and it's actually bending this piece of metal here, so it is a little bit tight. This is a typical propane strap. It's a spare that I happen to have. And as you can see, these propane straps tend to be a little bit larger than the propane tank. And the reason is because once you bolt this into the back wall, then it will take up the slack. And the closed size of this strap is about 40 1/4 inches. So the way they compensate for that is to create a flat spot here, and that way it kind of makes the rings a little smaller. Unfortunately, they take up too much slack sometimes, and that's the problem here. And you can see by this graphic what I mean. The strap diameter is larger than the tank, and that is compensated for when the strap is attached to the rear wall, so it effectively makes the strap smaller. And I'm going to fix that by using a spacer that you see here. And they're nylon, and they're just generic ones. You can buy them at any well-stocked hardware store. Locating the spacers as shown here will tend to make the strap a little rounder, and since it pulls it away from the back wall, it will actually make the strap effectively slightly larger. NFPA standard 1192, which covers recreational vehicles, says that containers shall be secured so they do not become dislodged when a load equal to 8 times the container's filled weight is applied to the filled container's center of gravity in any direction. Since we're using the same mounting hardware and the same mounting method, we're not changing that. So this will be just as safe as when the manufacturer installed it. And you can see I do have the spacers in now, so hopefully that'll be just enough to give me just a little bit more of a larger circle. And actually with both spacers it's a little bit loose, so we're going to take one of the spacers out. And after taking one spacer out, it's perfect. And the gap here is about the same as the gap on the top one, so that fixed the problem.